Video games and social media, they don't get along. They're like those generic siblings you see in shows or movie. They never get along and are always fighting. That has been like this since Mortal Kombat first came out in August 1992. And at the time, most video games were considered for children. So when a new game came out with blood and a bunch of brutal ways to end your enemy, it was very controversial for its time. Whether because parents were actually concerned for their children's well-being, this led to video games having the game rating telling you how old you have to be to play the game. Yet some parents still buy their kids Grand Theft Auto 5 and still get mad when it turns out it's not for kids. Even though it tells you right there in front of the cover, it is not for kids. Well, something similar to video games back in the day when comic books were very popular. Then a guy named Frederick Wortham, made a book blaming comic books for all juvenile delinquency. Then that led to the Comic Code Authority happening, but then after a few years, people got sick of it and then got rid of it. Some people still believe video games do cause violence and fear their kids might hurt someone because of video games, but hey, there's a simple solution to this problem. You tell your kids, hey Billy, video games are not real. You cannot do everything you see in video games. They are fiction. You're never gonna uppercut your friend so hard that he flies into the sky and bursts into flames. So stop trying to uppercut your friend and do your homework. It is that simple. While talking about video games now on social media, it's more about if gamers are gatekeeping other people like blacks, women, or any other race from playing video games, and are preventing other race or gender from being in games. While that may be true to some people, like there are some people who are trying to gatekeep video games, that's not fully true. There are some gamers who are welcoming to other genders or race, and I think that all gamers don't want some woman or other race in video games is dumb. Some gamers actually like women or other race in video games. In fact, some of them are really awesome. In fact, I had a crush on a cool fox girl in a game called Sly Cooper that I'm not sure that anyone remembers anymore, but whatever, when I was still young. Does that make me a furry when I was young? Yes, but we're not here to talk about that. Now, I understand why some people want diversity in game and people who make games, but you have to do it well. People are not gonna like a very diverse character just because they can do everything in a cool way. There's more to it. You gotta make them struggle, or you gotta make them aspiring to be something that people want to be, and make them relatable to not just a certain group, but to everyone. Now, when it comes to workplace, that is a whole different topic that I'm not ready to talk about, especially when it comes to Activision Blizzard. That I think someone else should talk about. But I do want to say another thing. I do take video games making class where we make games, and it only has male students. But guess what? The teacher is a woman, and no one in the class has a problem with that. In fact, she's a good teacher. She really helps a lot, and she knows what she's doing. I just want to let you know that, yeah, not every gamer has a problem with a woman making games or playing them.